All you need in this life is ignorance and confidence. Then success is sure. If voting made any difference, they wouldn't let us do it. God created war so that Americans would learn geography. Good friends, good books, and a sleepy conscience. This is the ideal life. Whenever you find yourself on the side of the majority, it is time to reform. If you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. Never argue with stupid people. They will drag you down to their level and then beat you with experience. Classic, a book which people praise and don't read. I have never let my schooling interfere with my education. The fear of death follows from the fear of life. A man who lives fully is prepared to die at any time. A lie can travel halfway around the world while the truth is putting on its shoes. Never tell the truth to people who are not worthy of it. Keep away from people who try to belittle your ambitions. Small people always do that, but the really great make you feel that you too can become great. In a good book room, you feel in some mysterious way that you are absorbing the wisdom contained in all the books through your skin without even opening them. Substitute damn every time you're inclined to write very. Your editor will delete it, and the writing will be just as it should be. Don't go around saying the world owes you a living. The world owes you nothing. It was here first. I did not attend his funeral, but I sent a nice letter saying I approved of it. I was gratified to be able to answer promptly, and I did. I said I didn't know. Never allow someone to be your priority while allowing yourself to be their option. But who prays for Satan? Who in 18 centuries has had the common humanity to pray for the one sinner that needed it most? I do not fear death. I had been dead for billions and billions of years before I was born, and had not suffered the slightest inconvenience from it. Truth is stranger than fiction, but it is because fiction is obliged to stick to possibilities. Truth isn't. Loyalty to country, always. Loyalty to government when it deserves it. Books are for people who wish they were somewhere else. What would men be without women? Scarce, sir, mighty scarce. Sanity and happiness are an impossible combination. When I was a boy of 14, my father was so ignorant I could hardly stand to have the old man around. But when I got to be 21, I was astonished at how much the old man had learned in 7 years. Don't part with your illusions. When they are gone, you may still exist, but you have ceased to live. Travel is fatal to prejudice, bigotry, and narrow-mindedness, and many of our people need it sorely on these accounts. Broad, wholesome, charitable views of men and things cannot be acquired by vegetating in one little corner of all the one's lifetime. Everyone is a moon and has a dark side which he never shows to anybody. Clothes make the man. Naked people have little or no influence on society. If you pick up a starving dog and make him prosperous, he will not bite you. This is the principal difference between a dog and man. If you don't read the newspaper, you're uninformed. If you read the newspaper, you're misinformed. Always do what is right. It will gratify half of mankind and astound the other. Courage is resistance to fear, mastery of fear, not absence of fear. Kindness is a language which the deaf can hear and the blind can see. The trouble is not in dying for a friend, but in finding a friend worth dying for. Education, the path from cocky ignorance to miserable uncertainty. The best way to cheer yourself is to try to cheer someone else up. Name the greatest of all inventors. Accident. The easy confidence with which I know another man's religion is folly teaches me to suspect that my own is also. The worst loneliness is to not be comfortable with yourself. The secret to getting ahead is getting started. A clear conscience is the sure sign of a bad memory. The two most important days in your life are the day you were born and the day you find out why. I didn't have time to write a short letter, so I wrote a long one instead. Forgiveness is the fragrance that the violet sheds on the heel that has crushed it. A banker is a fellow who lends you his umbrella when the sun is shining, but wants it back the minute it begins to rain. April 1st. This is the day upon which we are reminded of what we are on the other 364. I have found out that there ain't no surer way to find out whether you like people or hate them than to travel with them. To get the full value of joy, you must have someone to divide it with. Of all the animals, man is the only one that is cruel. He is the only one that inflicts pain for the pleasure of doing it. Heaven goes by favor. If it went by merit, you would stay out and your dog would go in. It is curious that physical courage should be so common in the world and moral courage so rare. Anger is an acid that can do more harm to the vessel in which it is stored than to anything on which it is poured. When we remember we are all mad, the mysteries disappear and life stands explained. I've had a lot of worries in my life, most of which never happened. The Bible has noble poetry in it, and some good morals and a wealth of obscenity and upwards of 1,000 lies. Giving up smoking is the easiest thing in the world. I know because I've done it thousands of times. Of all God's creatures, there is only one that cannot be made slave of the leash. That one is the cat. If man could be crossed with the cat, it would improve the man, but it would deteriorate the cat. It's easier to fool people than to convince them that they have been fooled. Education consists mainly of what we have unlearned. Now and then, we had a hope that if we lived and were good, God would permit us to be pirates. What is man? Man is a noisome bacillus whom our Heavenly Father created because he was disappointed in the monkey. A successful book is not made of what is in it, but what is left out of it. Censorship is telling a man he can't have a steak just because a baby can't chew it. The fact that man knows right from wrong proves his intellectual superiority to the other creatures, but the fact that he can do wrong proves his moral inferiority to any creatures that cannot. He who asks is a fool for 5 minutes, but he who does not ask remains a fool forever. The man who does not read has no advantage over the man who cannot read. Never put off till tomorrow what may be done day after tomorrow just as well. The government is merely a servant, merely a temporary servant. It cannot be its prerogative to determine what is right and what is wrong and decide who is a patriot and who isn't. Its function to obey orders, not originate them.